Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nerd Herder Show. I'm Rich.
I'm Nick.
And today we are going to have our first kind of big discussion of the year. So,
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. We are going to talk about what we're looking forward to most in 2016.
Yes.
Games, movies, shows, whatever.
In the coming weeks, we're going to start telling people what we loved about last year.
Yeah.
But now we're going to dream about the potential of this year. Just there it is. The potential of 2016. Follow it. So we're just going to kind of have a conversation about this. We haven't done much preparation,
Yep.
not going to lie. So we're just going to, there's things we're going to leave out. And we're going to be like, we should have talked about that.
Yeah.
But let's have a conversation. Some video games, some TV, some movies,
Okay.
whatever else it is that you're looking forward to 2016. So when I say that, what is the first thing that comes in your head?
I'd say the first two movies coming out this year.
Okay.
One's technically a 2015 movie.
Okay.
I'm really excited about The Revenant.
All
Finally
right.
seeing that. And then the big one that's on my radar is Deadpool.
Really?
Yes, I am very excited about Deadpool.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, it's not that I'm not looking forward to that. It's just when I think of what I'm very
Sure, I am just thinking of it in the timeline way.
immediate.
That's the immediate thing coming. You want to go broader? I can talk broader.
Really? Because that's in February, and 50 Shades of Black is still in January.
You know, I forgot about 50 Shades of Black, but I'm still gonna go with Deadpool.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that movie as well as The
Okay.
Revenant. I think if they're... See, it's hard because there's definitely movies that I might be looking forward to more because I know more about them.
Sure.
But I'm still so caught up in Star Wars fever that right now I'm very excited about what Rogue One will be.
Yep.
Because it's going to set the tone for what these anthology movies are going to be. These saga movies or Star Wars stories.
Whatever
that's what they're called.
Oh, is that their...
Rogue One, A Star Wars Story is the title.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
sounds kind of childish, right? But
There should be a little golden book. Like
Yes, there will be. I'm sure. But you know, that's probably right now what I'm most interested in because it's
Okay.
probably the release this year that we know the least about. Right
That's
now,
true.
In terms of, I think we've seen almost for every big
Yeah.
blockbuster. There's little movies here and there where there's stuff to be excited. When I just think about it, it's like I'm obviously excited for Civil War, and I'm excited for Doctor Strange, and
Is
I'm
that this
excited-
year too?
November.
Oh,
And I'm excited for, this, that, and the other. I'm definitely excited for also, and increasingly, hopefully optimistic, we'll see, Batman vs. Superman.
Yep.
Because and Suicide Squad. But those are kind of the
keep
obvious
forgetting about that
ones, to me. And then there's question marks. Will Independence Day 2 be any good?
Mm-hmm. I am very excited for Hail Caesar.
Yes.
The new Coen
That
Brothers
trailer
film.
is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Same with The Good Guys, the new movie from Shane Black.
Yes.
That looks fantastic.
Excited about that.
So there's a lot to be excited for on the movie front, and it's easy to, because we know so far in advance these movies.
Here's the release dates for the next 10 years of
I'm
what
also
the
excited
studios.
for the non-tentpole movies that we don't even realize are going to come yet. Like my two favorite movies, barring a couple of the movies that I haven't seen of last year, Spotlight and Steve Jobs. What was I thinking about those in January of last year?
That's
Probably
true,
not.
yeah.
So what movies are on the horizon that we don't even know that we should be looking forward to?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And that's why I always get excited, because in this time of year, because there's so much potential.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a great year, it could be a bad year. Will it be a better year than 2015? How did you feel? We aren't talking about that, but did you feel like 2015 was a good year?
Yeah, I think overall it was a pretty good year. It wasn't the best year, but it was...
See, I think it was one of the better years we've had in a long time.
Okay.
I think that there are...
I think I'll have more to say when I
think
go back and
right.
realize, oh, that's right, this came out.
And
this
yeah,
came
we're
out.
going to talk about that, but I would say that last year on the movie front
Mhm.
had a handful of movies that I would consider masterpieces, and it's not every year
Yeah.
that you even get one. And I would say there's 4 or 5 maybe, like legitimate movies that I think are near perfect. But so that's movies that we're looking
Okay.
for. Was there anything else specifically?
No, I think we've Civil War. You mentioned Star Wars, obviously.
It's going to be a
There was
really
something
big
else.
year for superhero movies. And
Mhm.
I think I saw an article today, I didn't read it, I forget where it was, saying that it's a make or break year for superheroes. No, it isn't, because they're going to keep making these. They're already slotted. But it is a big year for them re-establishing themselves as things to be excited for.
Mhm.
And it's not that I didn't like Ant-Man and I didn't like Ultron. I did, but they weren't my favorite movies.
No.
Neither of them made my top 10 when in previous years there had been a superhero movie in there, and there wasn't this year, or last year. And if the DC movies, Suicide Squad and BVS, if those suck, they're screwed. Because
Yeah.
the next 10 years of Warner Brothers is really relying.
Well, a lot of us thought Man of Steel sucked, and they're still trying to come back from that.
I
So-
don't think you can have 3
Sure.
in a row
And still.
get the fanboys excited.
Mhm.
The public, it's not that the movies won't make money, it's just you're going to lose so much of the momentum and the buzz. Even, I would say both of those movies have to be good.
Yeah.
If even one of them is terrible, they're in a bad spot. And also the Marvel movies, I'm excited about Civil War,
Mhm.
but I feel like we're at a point for the first time when people might not be as excited for that as they would have been in the past.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
We've had a lot of them at this point.
we've had a lot of them, and it might also be kind of Disney's own doing to itself, where I think the conversation has shifted to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But see, I think now it's going to come out. It's May, right?
yeah.
It's going to be, I think, probably in that lull between Star Wars movies.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, it's right kind of in that 6-month window.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, we're talking about Star Wars, the hype's dying down, Civil War, and now Rogue One. We can go look to Rogue One, where we
But
might.
a month before that is Doctor Strange.
That's
get
true.
lost in the
But
hype.
that one, I think that one would probably get lost either way, because I think it's a similar problem that Guardians had, where it's not an established or really well-known property.
And
So you have the Marvel people coming out to it, you have the Benedict Cumberbatch fans coming out to it, and then it will hopefully be a word of mouth thing, kind of how Guardians was, where it's like, no, assuming it's good.
yeah,
Um,
and Doctor Strange needs to be good.
Mhm.
It needs to be better than Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because people enjoy that movie, but like I would say following Civil War and then Infinity War, a lot of that Avengers cast is probably going away. And if Marvel wants to continue its dominance, it needs to start really setting up these new characters in a way that people get just as excited for them as they will the others.
Yeah.
And I think people thought Ant-Man was amusing, but if Ant-Man is not in anyone's eyes Tony Stark.
No.
He's not Chris Evans. Can't carry an Avengers movie. They need to set up a team that can really like.
Mhm.
If you have the amusing Paul Rudd and then Cumberbatch is amazing, Black Panther is amazing in Civil War, and Spider-Man's great,
Yeah.
then it won't
It'll be fine.
really matter.
Like there's that shot at the end of Ultron, spoilers if you haven't seen Ultron yet, where they're looking, Captain America and Black Widow are standing there looking at the new Avengers team, and I look at that and I'm like,
I looked at that and thought, would they really make that an Avengers movie?
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
like,
Not yet.
I think the cast is great,
Yeah.
but
it's not
at the
a
same
problem.
time, I'm like, I don't know how excited I'd be if that was the Avengers movie we were getting.
Mhm. And they gotta fix that.
Mm-hmm.
And they can fix it with those characters and additional characters. They can
Yeah.
flesh out those characters, and we'll obviously be getting more. But
Mhm.
it is a big year for superhero movies. It's an important year. Could be not make or break, but closer to break.
Yeah, I think it's at that tipping point where it's either got to stay good, or if it falls, everything's going to crumble.
Yeah.
Because Civil War is going to set up 2 characters, really.
And it has to find a way to do that in a more natural, organic way than I feel like even Ultron did. Like, I mean, you've even heard Joss Whedon say that part of what frustrated him about making Ultron was that he felt like he had to do something to establish Thor Ragnarok, and he had to pigeonhole something and just set up, Black Panther with the
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and like
Which this
that
is
they shouldn't be so worried about setting up future movies. It should be the primary focus is make a great movie.
Because if these movies aren't good, then there's not going to be future movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem you have when you have these, like, films like Avengers, where they all come together, these big team up movies. When somebody else is kind of directing it, and they're like, well, I know this is, everybody's in it, and I gotta set it, but this isn't the story. Like, it's gonna hurt the vision of the story and where it's going.
Yeah.
Which might be why the Russo brothers are a good choice for Infinity War, because you have this setup from, they've done other movies in the past, so they're have been in this universe a little bit longer and for more reasons than just to do the team up movie. They've lived in, like, okay, well, we did this is how we did it in Winter Soldier, and we set this up, and okay, we can get this to work this way and this thing to happen that way. As opposed to somebody who's like, well, I just want to tell my story about the Avengers. Well, no, well, you have to do that, plus you have to set this stuff up, and they have a little bit more experience doing that.
Yeah, I agree. And for all the talk that we're having about how this could be a break-it year for superheroes in a way, I still have the utmost confidence in Marvel.
Yeah, I do too.
I think the stuff that the Marvel television that we saw in 2015 will, I'm sure, be talking about in the future. And I thought Ultron was an entertaining movie.
Yes.
And I thought Ant-Man was an entertaining movie. And the year before that, they had probably my 2 favorite Marvel movies. So they're still in a good place. It's not the end of the world for them at all. What about video games that you're looking forward to in 2016?
Oh boy.
Okay.
So, a couple 2016 things come to mind. We talked about this yesterday, the day before. Well, I think it was their news story, so it was Monday. NX. Definitely excited to see what Nintendo does with the NX, what they do with Zelda, where all this is going to play out.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about it. There's been all this speculation. I'm really excited to see how all of these plans finally flesh out and what happens.
And that they have a plan.
That they have a plan. I'm really interested to see what happens with VR, something else we talked about. We talked, day one adopter, whatever. We'll see price points, games, things like that. But I'm very interested to see where that takes the market.
Yeah.
And then the couple games I'm looking forward to, Horizon Zero Dawn, it's definitely on my radar, assuming it doesn't get delayed. We got Uncharted 4 this year, which just got delayed another month, another 6 weeks. Excited to get to play Rise of the Tomb Raider on PlayStation. Those are kind of the big ones.
Yeah,
I think for me,
there will be,
and there's going to be all those little games that come out,
and even like this time last year, you didn't know that Fallout 4 was coming.
Exactly. There's going to be. So I'm excited for the surprises that are going to come to us this year.
Yeah, there'll definitely be. There'll be things that we don't quite know about that will be very exciting, I'm sure. But for me, the biggest thing is, one way or another, I believe that we will actually get the new Zelda game, and that is always an exciting thing. And there should, for me, I'm assuming that I will get the next Mass Effect game this year.
That's true.
And so those 2 things alone make the second half of this year almost an unbearable wait. But there is a lot of good stuff. Maybe not so much video games. There's some early stuff to get excited about. But for some reason, and I've been since 1996, 97, I've been a diehard Star Fox fan. And I'm just not.
That's right. I keep forgetting it's coming out.
I'm not feeling that excitement for that game yet. And I hope that I'm just wrong about it. And I think it's awesome. The Zelda game, or the Star Fox game.
We'll see, hopefully in a couple of months.
March, I think.
I think it's March.
We'll see. But anyway, that's some video games. Finally, one thing that I wanted to say about television, there's some, obviously some things that I'm excited about. The new Game of Thrones season. We'll see where the second half of Walking Dead goes. Some stuff like that. But for me, the thing that I'm excited about in 2016 involving television is nothing that I'm going to see on cable. It's what I'm going to see from Netflix.
Yeah.
Because Netflix fucking murdered it in 2015. Like, think of everything that they had. Obviously, the 2 Marvel shows they had.
Orange is the New Black
Orange is
season
the New
3,
Black,
the Masters of None.
Master of None, which I should have talked about when I was up to yesterday, because I was up to that.
Is it good?
It's
I haven't
good.
seen- okay.
Bloodline and
With
was
Bob and David
fantastic.
finally came out.
Yep. There's the camp show that I can't think
Oh, Hot American Summer.
Hot American Summer.
We got a lot last year.
There was so much. Everybody's talking about how to become
Making
a
the
murderer,
Murderer or
Making
whatever
the
it is.
Murderer.
Yeah, I really want to see
I
that
want
too.
to see. Like Netflix was so great last year, and they have said that they are doubling their original content this year. That's exciting because they just keep like imagine if one network had all of the shows that Netflix has done. They would be the best network
Yeah.
far and away. And like they are killing it, and some of the other things too. Like I don't watch the Amazon shows like Transparent. It's supposed to be,
that's supposed to be good.
great.
The
And
Man,
Man from High Castle.
I do really want to
It's
watch
supposed
that.
to be amazing. I plan on watching that very soon. So 2016 streaming networks and obviously stuff on other Netflix. Also, they just put out a trailer yesterday or the other day for the new show from Baz Luhrmann, who I'm a huge fan of. Personal preference.
Yeah. We got.
There's a lot.
Isn't there an Apatow show that we just got a trailer
There's
for?
an Apatow show. Trailer came out today for their new like $135 million show about Queen Elizabeth II. There is a lot going on.
And I'm sure there's a lot that's going to be coming out that hasn't.
Oh yeah,
really
that
been
we don't
announced
even know
yet,
about. Yeah,
and-
for sure. But we found out just recently the premiere date of Daredevil season 2 is March 18th.
Okay.
So
Was there a trailer
very
for that
soon.
too, or no?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Though. So that's exciting. There's a lot to be excited about there. Is there anything other specifically with TV?
No, not really too. I did have one thought that we're going to hopefully
Yeah.
be getting this year.
Sure.
Not guaranteed.
This year.
Hopefully getting this year. The trailer for episode 8.
Yes, that will happen. Hopefully that'll happen.
It better happen.
See, I think it would be. We had talked about earlier this week about the speculation that the Rogue One trailer might be attached to Episode 7 in the coming weeks to get people to go in. It would make just as much sense for the Episode 8 trailer to be confirmed to be at the end credits of Rogue One because it's still Star Wars, but it is a different sell. That movie, and that would be a great thing to get.
You don't want to distract people from Rogue One with, oh my god, I just saw the trailer for episode 8. I don't even know what's happening on Rogue One. Because you'll have everyone come out saying, how was the movie? Oh, it was fun. But the Star Wars trailer, like the trailer for episode 8 was on it.
Yep. And episode 8, probably as people are watching this episode, will have officially started official production.
I thought
It's
it
supposed to be
did.
mid-January. They shot some stuff.
Okay.
But it officially started. They shot some stuff on that island with the thing that happened.
Yeah, I
in the
know.
movie.
I'm just waiting to see how far in the spoiler territory we're going to go.
But that was because that was the time of year they could do that. The
Yeah.
actual principal photography starts in mid-January.
Okay.
So maybe as you're watching this. So I would say a full year is enough time to show us a little nugget.
Another one we didn't mention, curious to hear your thoughts. Star Trek. Got a new Star Trek movie coming out.
We'll see.
Okay.
Huge fan of the franchise, hate the trailer.
Okay.
Inclined to believe Simon Pegg's comments.
Yeah.
We haven't discussed this on the show. Quickly, I'll just talk about. You hated the trailer too?
I thought it was fine. I think maybe my expectations were
It's not.
tampered.
It's even less Star Trek than the kind of non-Star Trek-y Star Trek movies we've gotten with the last
Sure.
two. It looks exactly what you would fear the movie would look like when you hear it's from the guy who directed the last four Fast and Furious movies. Every movie since Tokyo Drift. But when you hear Simon Pegg say that he hates the trailer, who is not just playing Scotty in the movie, who co-wrote the screenplay, how he isn't a fan of the trailer, he understands why they marketed it that way, but he said, trust me, there is much more to this movie than that.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between Simon Pegg, who's beloved by people like us, writing a bad Star Trek movie,
Mm-hmm.
we can forgive that. If he starts deliberately lying to us,
Yeah.
that's something that could make you unforgivable to us. And I think he would know that, and I don't think he would do it. So
Yeah.
I'm inclined to believe him when he says that.
Mhm.
So I am optimistic about that movie, even though I do not like the trailer.
See, I don't hate the trailer. Like, I saw it, I'm like, okay, it's fine. The more I've kind of seen it, like, it's been attached to a lot of stuff. It's usually attached to the Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of like, okay, like, it's fine. I'll wait and see. I like the Beastie Boys.
I don't have an issue with that. I love
No.
the Beastie Boys, and that song is in the first movie,
Yeah.
the first J.J. Abrams one. So anyone who's complaining about that, that's kind of silly. It's just the
Mhm.
way that it only looks like blowing up the Enterprise. And,
Yeah,
and
here's all this
and
action. Yeah.
action. It's not really what Star Trek was,
Mhm.
and it has become that, but it still had some smarts, especially with the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much Into Darkness, but I don't want it to not have any heart,
Sure.
soul, science, thoughts,
Mhm.
statements. I was gonna say one other thing, but I've lost it. So
All right. Wrap it up there?
yeah,
then?
that's a good
Sure.
place to stop. We'll obviously be talking about everything that we were excited about and much more
Mhm.
in 2016. So stay tuned every day
Yeah.
for more stuff from us.
Every single day.
Yes, except for the
But-
weekends.
Except for the weekends and sometimes Fridays.
Yes,
But most other days.
but sometimes there are random weekends, and
Yeah.
you know how people can find out if we posted a video on a day that we normally wouldn't?
How?
Well, first they could follow us on Twitter.
Oh, where are you at on Twitter?
I'm Ash Stocks. Where are you?
I'm at Rich Belson.
You can find those there.
Yeah, you can also find the channel on Twitter at OABeer_official. If you do want to reach out to us, also you can email us if you just want to shoot an email. Maybe you don't have a Twitter, you don't have a Facebook, you just want to shoot us a little message. Questions, whatever, you can email us at overabeerofficial@gmail.com. That will be down here as well. You can also find us at facebook.com/overabeer. You can find us on YouTube, but it might be a little difficult. I mean, you can go ahead, you can search Over Beer, Nerd Herders, whatever, and it will show up there. But I can't give you a custom YouTube URL. We do need 100 subscribers to do it. I think we're at 25. 25, 26, something around there.
Whatever.
By
it
the time
is.
of this recording, whatever. But basically, the point is we need more. So, if you like these videos and you like what we're doing, please share them with your friends and subscribe to our channel. It would be greatly appreciated. If you have anything else for us, you can always leave comments on the video as well as on our Facebook page and anything else. But we will see you guys next time. That's all for now.